Hey there, fellow film addicts. Just a little insert here before the... that's rude, actually. Anyway, Addie was recording from a very different location than they normally do. And at that location, there was quite a lot of background noise and quite a lot of microphone interference. So you will notice that the audio quality from their microphone is a little bit different this week. I've tried to mix it as best I can, and hopefully it's not too distracting. We will be back to our normal situations in a couple of weeks' time, but for the time being, I hope you enjoy the episode, and yeah, please do excuse the poorer quality than normal. Thanks very much. Take care. The following podcast contains coarse language and adult themes. This week on the show, if you go down to the woods today, you're sure for a big surprise. If you go down to the woods today, all your mates are going to die. There's a demon cult shit happening and a fucking giant moose person face with arms on its head thing. Christ. I'm Riggs.
I'm just fucking amazed, man. That's awesome.
No, well, who are you?
I'm Aady. Maybe.
And this is the Spooky Film Addicts podcast.
Yeah.
Excellent. Hey friends, and welcome back to the Film Addicts podcast. Happy spooky week number 2. Well, it's probably number 3 by now, but whatever. So happy that you're here. Also happy that I'm here with my beautiful friend who never gets lost in the woods, always has their compass with them. What's going on, Addie? How are you? You're somewhere different today.
Yep, I am not in my usual recording circumstances.
So in the woods.
Yeah, I'm in the woods. If you might hear beeps or honks, it's probably somebody getting murdered. But we don't talk about that.
No, absolutely not.
I'm okay, man. I'm surprisingly okay.
And where are you? I mean, you don't have to give me fucking your geolocation or anything like that, but you're in the country of...
I'm in the country of India.
We had a little off mic chat before, and I said to Addie, have some Indian food, but there it's probably just called food. And then he told me it was chilly, and I said, yeah, it probably would be very chilly in India with all the yummy spicy food. But he meant that it's quite cold. Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's getting colder, but it's not quite cold yet. It doesn't, like, the transition period is like fucking death hot to breezy to like freeze a shit cold. So I'm in the breezy part.
That sounds like Melbourne in one day. It's just the most weather by Sybil. It's so schizophrenic. It's crazy. But anyway, we're here to talk about The Ritual from 2017, Netflix original picture. Just spectacular. Addie talked about it last Halloween to me, and I was like, yeah, I'll check it out. And I didn't. And I regret myself for not doing it because it really is exceptional. Just some high concept stuff, but also it's like there's a lot of traditional horror elements going on all at the same time. And it was shot in the Carpathian Mountains. Did you know that? Holy
shit, I did not.
Which is where the Legend of Ochi is set. But regardless of that, we're looking forward to talking about it for the spooky times. But before we do that, can I just talk to you a little bit about something that's going on here for me?
Yes, absolutely.
I've talked about this on 2 other podcasts, and it just won't stop. In Australia, there's a streaming service called Binge. They're definitely not a sponsor of this podcast. However, I stopped using them probably at the beginning of the year because HBO Max came out and kind of stole a lot of their content, honestly, because they had the sort of the streaming rights in Australia, and HBO Max is like, no, we're going to have it back. And also, it got really expensive. It was like $18 a month or something like that. And they don't stream in 4K or, the equivalent of streaming 4K. So I thought, no, I'll give it a miss. And these motherfuckers will not leave me alone. I get emails, texts. They text me like an ex-girlfriend. They're like, oh, come back. We'll do $4.99 a month for 12 months. We'll do fucking, 2 chocolate bars and a hand job, like whatever will get me back in the room with these idiots. And it's just like, dudes, you're coming on a little bit strong there. So Binge, I appreciate you. I know you're all working very hard. The streaming landscape is incredibly cutthroat, but fuck, back off. Just give me a month to reconsider. You know, you don't even have Peacemaker anymore, I don't think. But yeah, how strange. Have you ever been harassed by a streaming service?
Well, no, because I'm on the sea most of the times.
What? Sorry?
I haven't, because I'm on the sea most of the times.
You're on the scene?
I'm on the sea with the waves on the ship.
Ah, that's on the sea. You said that real zen-like. That was cool. On the sea, the waves, on a ship.
You know what you should do?
The pirate. Oh, my tummy just rumbled. Anyway, sorry. What should I do?
You should call them and tell them to stop harassing you. Or like threaten to sue.
It's not harassment. They're not going like, join me or die. You c-. Like, it's full on. Hey, that's another thing as well. Sorry, off topic. I was reading Why the Last Man, the omnibus of that, the Brian K. Vaughan series about a plague that wipes out every single male mammal on Earth, except for this one guy, Yorick, and his monkey, whose name is Ampersand. And there's a scene in it, there's a little like, you know, the rest of the characters are all female, obviously. And there's a scene in it where one female calls another female the C word, and which I might bleep out from saying before. But anyway, they were like, I know you're using that to hurt me, but that's actually, that word was sort of annexed by men and used as a derogatory or specifically speaking about that part of the female genitalia. But check this out. So yeah, one woman calls another woman the C word, and she said, you say that word with such venom. It's a fairly harmless insult in the UK, you'll realise. Only in this country, being the US, be a euphemism for female genitalia and be considered the ultimate obscenity. The word is actually quite beautiful. Related to Canina, the Roman goddess who protects sleeping infants, it actually means all-knowing and all-powerful. Of course, men attempted to rob us of the ancient magic by making the word taboo. Isn't that awesome?
That's so fucking beautiful, man.
I know. So it means protect, like it's from the goddess of protecting sleeping children and means like it's about power. So cool. Brian K. Vaughan is a fucking great writer, everybody. Everything he does is awesome. Fucking Ex Machina, Saga. He did some X-Men shit that was really good. I'm getting into it. What were we talking about? Streaming services.
Yeah. Binge.
Didn't you get harassed by the Black Adam's Instagram or something?
No, that was me doing it. I knowing all well signed up for like their like weekly updates, and then they were just like fucking, it was like 10 messages a day, man. It was just like different posters. But then they would repeat the same exact posters every day.
Oh, right. They were pushing that movie hard, I must admit. We'll talk about it a bit in What Are We Watching, because the Smashing Machine came out. But before we get to that, oh no, that is the next segment. Segments. Like we've got some sort of a plan. We never do. Do you want to talk about What Are We Watching?
Let's do What Are We Watching.
You go first this time. Oh, no, hang on. Is it my turn to go first?
You go
I think
first.
It's my turn to go first because I edited the other episode this morning. Sorry, everybody. I let that lapse. But Addy's going to get it up this weekend, aren't you, buddy?
What?
The Conjuring episode.
Right.
As of this recording, it's not up because I got lax in my editing because I'm a tosser.
Oh, no, that's fine. It'll be up like today maybe on Spotify and everything. It'll take time for YouTube.
You hear that, everybody in the past? It's clearly already out because this episode is now out, and we're not gonna release episode 77 before episode 76. That doesn't make any sense.
I love that you said people in the past, but it's the future. But it is the past, but also the future.
It's hey, it's a donut.
Does it have a hole?
It does. Of course it does. A ring has like a circle has far more meaning than a fucking. Then again, if there's jam in it. Anyway, I'm getting distracted here. I'll put the jam in your donut. Is it my turn? Am I talking about what I watched? Or?
Yeah, you go ahead, man.
Okay, cool. All right.
Jam in the fucking donut. Me.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Two things really quickly. The Smashing Machine, which I thought was pretty great. The performances are just the strongest part of it. You know, I think The Rock's going to get an Academy Award nomination.
I thought those
it would almost be.
Sorry.
Yeah, it would almost be. No, it's okay. But I mean, you can see it in the trailer. But he's really fucking good. Like, and he's the domestic stuff with Emily Blunt. Emily Blunt's going to get one as well. If she doesn't win, in fact, it's a fucking crime against humanity. But that might be overstating it. Yeah, but that relationship is the core of the whole thing, and it's incredible. It's so the performances that they give are just much better than the film is. You know what I mean? But it's interesting. I was talking to Emily about it, and she's like, "What happened? Like, how did that work?" Because the next thing he's doing, you said, is Moana, the live action thing, and the next Jumanji. And I was like, he had all this fame. You know, he did the Fast and the Furious, and that sort of elevates him into the stratosphere. Okay, he's an actor now, and he does all of these movies. You know, San Andreas and the fucking Jungle Book, and the one with the big monkey and all that stuff. Not Jungle Book, sorry. Rampage.
Oh,
what was the Jumanji?
It was Journey to the Jungle?
Jungle Cruise.
Oh, yeah.
Was what I was thinking
Jungle
of, with
Cruise.
Emily Blunt, funnily enough. And in which they had no chemistry at all, and then you see him in this. Anyway, but...
Because he was a fucking ghost the entire time.
I know, right? Sorry to ruin it. It's you know, it's been a while.
It's
since
the most,
we're
senseless
giving away.
fucking plot twist ever. Because, like, why? Because it didn't fucking matter anyway.
Yeah, it had no bearing on the plot whatsoever. But he sort of did that, and then it was like, okay, Black Adam, this is my shits. I was going to do this, and because originally he was like, they were thinking about having him play Shazam and having a younger kid play Billy Batson, and he would turn into The Rock, but then The Rock was like, nah, Black Adam. And Black Adam didn't work. Like, I thought it was fine. Check out our episode on it from ages ago. But it's like universally not appreciated. And then he kind of went away for a little bit, and he was selling his, I don't know, whatever he sells, his tequila. And then he comes back with this. I think he's gone away and been a bit more sort of careful about his choices, you know, because he wants to be a legit actor, clearly.
I would hope so. But in the meantime, okay, listen, first of all, I love Black Adam. I think what it did was great. I know it was cheesy and fucking campy, but I loved every single part of it because it had like the most DC lore we ever got from that universe. Like, not only did fucking Dr. Fate exist, like Atom Smasher's like whole legacy was in there. Cyclone was in there. Fucking Hawkman was in there, man, with the nth metal reference.
Yeah, there was a lot going on.
And
Must admit, and
Superman.
they had a jet that came out of the basketball court.
That too. And there was a
Marvel's like poking his head around the corner going, "You fucking what?" I'll fucking come in there. Stop saying that word. I can't help it now. It's all through that book. It's all in Why the Last Man. Anyway, so yeah, Smash Machine, really great. But what is particularly good, and to be fair, I did see it in a proper 70mm release at my church, my place of peace, the Astor in Paran in Melbourne. Me and my friend went to see one battle after another. The first Australian screening of a 70mm print, and it was a full house, and the movie fucking rocks. It's PT's best work since probably There Will Be Blood. He's made some great movies, you know, Inherent Vice, The Master, even Licorice Pizza's pretty great, but this is fucking outrageously good. It's so of the now. It's like all these indie filmmakers fucked off, you know, during the Trump administration, COVID, and then all the strikes, and came back with some incendiary shit. Like, it feels like the 70s is back. You know, there's people out there who've got a lot to say, and they're saying it in a really funny way. The movie is hysterically funny, and yet very, very powerful and very, very difficult to watch in places. Yeah, I could not recommend it enough. It's tied first position with all of you that I spoke about last week with for my film of the year. I don't think it's going to get much better than that. I'm going to go and see it again on Monday. I don't think I can miss it again, you know.
It's awesome, man.
Have you seen it?
I won't be able to see it in a theater, most probably.
Oh, that's suck the ball. But anyway, you can, like, folks out there, just go and see it. Like, don't worry if you can't see it on the larger format, the VistaVision format. It's a added bonus, and it's kind of for film nerds, but, you know, it's gorgeous to look at no matter what you're doing. There's a scene where Leo falls out of a tree that I, like, laughed at for a good 5 minutes, so much so that my friend had to kind of nudge me to tell me to be quiet. It was just too good. Yeah, exceptional picture. What have you been watching?
Oh, man, you know what? I've just been rewatching a lot of stuff. Fuck, man. I've been watching Peacemaker. Peacemaker is really good. Season 2.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
It's good. It's not... There are decisions made where I feel a certain way and the rest of the internet feels different. And I don't know which is right or wrong, but I know that there is no right or wrong. It's just, that's how I feel. But if what I feel is kind of okay, then it's a really problematic way of making a point. Because then the point that you're making is overshadowed by, like, all the fucking decorations around it, and the decorations are not pretty. I'm being as vague as fucking possible because I want you to watch it. Yeah,
no, that's fine. That's okay. Yeah, I will get to it eventually. It's just, like I said, I don't have the service which it currently sits on. And I'm not a pirate. I don't even know how to do that, honestly. I've never been good at it. There's lots of pirates around me, but I'm just a deckhand.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, dude. I rewatched this. I rewatched 7 for the film club because one of my friends recommended it. Or, like, yeah, because what they're doing is, like, because me and like my best friend, they don't listen to us, so they don't know their hierarchy.
Yeah, but I do. I'm right here. Right. Best friend on that continent.
No, this one's in Sweden, which is very fucking on par with the show at the moment.
Yeah, that's how topical for, on brand for the Ritual episode.
Yeah, so me and him, we're fucking film nerds. Kinda. So we watched 7. I watched it, like, very recently for the first time, like in January. But these two have not watched, like, are recommending things that they want to watch but haven't. So he recommended 7 and didn't show up for the fucking meeting.
Oh, really?
So we kicked him out. We're like, fuck you.
Yeah, he was too busy, like, force murdering someone with a knife dildo on. It was dark, Reese. It was unnecessarily dark for a person you don't know. You know what's lovely? I was editing, off topic, the Conjuring episode this morning, and Emily was getting ready, just like the bathroom's just there. She was getting ready, and she came in and she was like, you're so cute and silly. And I was like, oh, thanks, you know, because she could hear the podcast. She's like, that's what I miss the most when I'm on tour, because when, you know, she goes away for months at a time touring with a ballet. She's like, it's just your voice. I just miss your silly little voice. I'm like, I'll silly little voice all you want, babe. I'll do it all night if you want. And she was like, gross. And then she left. No. I just thought it was really sweet of her to say that, because it's, you know, I think I'm fucking annoying, but
you're not, man. You're really sweet and you're really loving.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I just, you know, I hear my own voice in my head and outside my head, so I feel like it gets annoying. Anyway, so 7.
Yeah, 7.
Fucking fantastic picture.
Yeah, absolutely great.
Check out our episode on it from earlier this year.
It's the highest rated movie in our club as of now. And it's my second 10, because I gave 10 to A Wild Robot. The Wild Robot.
Yeah, how could you not?
Yeah. The guy who recommended
Man, could you find 2 more disparate movies to give 10? Like, I think if someone said, what's the opposite of 7? It's Wild Robot.
That is so true.
Yeah.
Because there is death in that. But that's what's beautiful about it. There's nothing beautiful about fucking 7, man.
Exactly. It's death as a transition, not as a fucking, you know, getting kicked in the stomach when you're full of sketty.
It's also like in the first 3 minutes, man. That's what's disturbing. Like that's how you open.
It doesn't let go of that movie. It just keeps on. We're not talking about 7. Go back and listen to our episode on 7. What else did you rewatch?
Yeah, well, rewatch like Nope and Weapons, because I'm trying to do the 31 and 31 Halloween thing.
But hey man, it's hard to keep up. But you don't always have to watch like, you know, one every day. You could do like 3 movies in a day and it still counts. It's 31 and 31. It doesn't matter. You could watch 31 movies in the last week of Halloween and still hit all those marks.
That's right. I'm trying to like go into more like foreign language horror because I haven't done that and I want to, but it's just like the past week it's been so fucking hard to like just watch a movie.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's you know, with your transitory nature that you've got going on, your transing. That's not it either.
Anyway, I'll fucking take it.
Transporting. You're a transporter. Travel. Okay.
All right, I got two really quick. So I started rewatching Star Trek Original 68. I did not know Captain Kirk wasn't like the first captain in the first episode. It's a completely different captain.
In the pilot episode, it's a different character altogether. Yeah, and they were like, absolutely not. And then in came Bill Shatner.
Yeah. Oh my man, you know what? Like I've seen people call it very cringy and like very cheap and all that, but that's what I love. I love that I can see the seams. It gives me hope that I can make it. You know, like I love that like it's all crumbled up, fucking foil painted like blue, and they have like the fucking sets all built and painted, and you can see where like the actual like props end and like the painting in the background begins. It's so beautiful. Like by the time they get to Next Generation, it's like they know what the fuck they're doing. But by then they weren't. They were still like finding out. They're like still figuring out what the fuck they wanted to do, and like how to like actually make a world where, you know, wars have ended and humanity has progressed to a point where, you know, exploration is our new thing.
Yeah, no, it's like that's such an Australian thing to say. Yeah, nah. But the kitschness of it, and the back then it was like, holy shit, it's like looking into another world. You know, it's like when people froth over Avatar now, like at some point that thing's going to date. Everything does, but it is that kind of simpler time, and you know the storytelling still totally works. I like TOS. It's you know a good show. I also like Next Generation. I haven't watched heaps of it, but I've watched the first few episodes, and Patrick Stewart's character, Picard, is a straight up asshole. Like he's really coarse and short with people. It's like, all right, dude, you got to, you know, you're trying to endear people to your ship. The thing that I like most about Star Trek TOS, like the original series, is it's responsible for one of my favorite like jokes of all time, which is on a TV show called The Thin Blue Line. It was from the 90s, and it was Rowan Atkinson, who's Mr. Bean, and it was a comedy set in a police station in the UK. And he was like the chief, a very sort of stiff upper lip kind of dude. And at one point, one of his officers says, to boldly go where no man has gone before. And he says, it's to go boldly. Don't split your infinitives. And the guy says, the Captain Kirk does it. And he goes, Captain Kirk readily accepts people with blue forehead extensions as beings from another planet. So I think we can dismiss him as an authority on anything. And that's just my kind of laughs, you know?
That's perfect. I can't wait to actually fucking see that.
I think you talk about the Klingons, you know?
Yeah, season 1 is slow. But I love the pace of it because like each episode is an hour long. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's pretty dense. But yeah, you should watch The Thin Blue Line instead because that's fucking really good. Excellent. What was the other thing?
The other thing is I started watching the Justice League animated series from the early 2000s with Kevin Conroy. And I did not know that because like the team is Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, John Stewart, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, and Hawkgirl. The Flash is voiced by fucking Michael Rosenbaum. That was like a whole fucking... I was like, oh shit. And then it was just fucking sweet, fucking glorious cum when I heard Carl Lumley as Martian Manhunter.
Yeah.
Because he is
it's
fucking
fantastic.
Perfect.
I still hear that voice whenever Martian Manhunter turns up in a book I'm reading, like New Frontier or something, or just a JLA run that Grant Morrison did in the 90s. I still hear that voice. And
I personally did not know. Is it Phil Lamar who voices Jon Stewart? He's
Phil Lamar, who gets shot in the face in Pulp Fiction. Oh man, I shot Martin in the face. The fuck did you do that for?
That's one of my favorite scenes of all time, man. It's just because it comes out of fucking nowhere, and it's the same reaction for everybody.
And it shouldn't be funny.
It shouldn't.
God damn, what the fuck happened? Like, it's just, oh man, I shot Marvin in the face. The gun went off. I don't know why. Like, it's just, yeah. And then the resulting scenes as well. Like, you know, I'm a mushroom cloud laying motherfucker. Like that whole in the car cleaning the car scene is just.
Yeah.
Excellent. Sorry.
I didn't realize Phil Lamar has been in my head like every time I think of Green Lantern. Because like when people say Green Lantern, they usually either mean like, first of all, it's always like Hal Jordan. And then like maybe it's Jon Stewart. But for me, it's always been Jon Stewart. And I didn't realize why, but it was because of this cartoon.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of people. I mean, it's clearly why they're having the character feature, you know, as the lead of Lanterns, the TV series. Because, yeah, that's right. There's a generation of kids, you know, myself included. That show started when I was only just a teenager. And, yeah, like I knew who Jon Stewart was before I knew who Hal Jordan was, like properly. And then the sort of Hal Jordan of it, when I got into the comics, he was Parallax. Like he was the bad guy, you know, like when I got into Green Lantern comics. So, yeah, I think it really holds up to that series. Except for the weird CG beginning where everybody's like, looks like Marshmallow Men. It's fucking, the song's great, but the animation's not great.
Well, the animation in the intro is not great. The animation overall is fucking fantastic.
That shit. And then everybody looks like they've all been stung by bees.
Yeah, and then it ends with like the silhouettes, but it's silhouettes because they can't actually animate what they look like, so it's just silhouettes. Because they're trying to do 3D, but it doesn't work.
Absolutely not. Awesome. Also, Justice League Unlimited, the series they did after that's really good too, because it features like a plethora of other characters, you know, like fucking Dr. Fate and The Question and, you know, just all these extra added sort of DC deep bench character they all come into it. It's great.
Oh, man. I'll jump into that straight away. Netflix only has like one season of it, so I'll have to be on the sea for the second one.
You'll have to be on the sea. On the sea. Fucking hell. Hey, I could be a ventriloquist. You don't know because you guys can't see my mouth. I wasn't moving my mouth then. And I was talking like this. Reeks, get a grip, buddy. Do you want to talk about some news briefly before we talk about some ritualistic shit?
Yeah, let's do some fucking nerd news.
Just a couple of quickies here, all Marvel related. Because that's
we
what's
didn't
up.
do the fucking intro for What Are We Watching, did we?
No, we didn't.
Fucking.
That's all right. We didn't do the intro for What Are We Watching. Addie's just reminded me. Fuck it. Whatever. Maybe we'll just forget all the intros altogether. It's nerd news. It's going on now. Andrew Garfield has been asked whether or not he's in Secret Wars. And he said, you'll have to wait and find out. And you'll find out. And he was sort of under the pump. Like, I don't believe he will be. Leave him alone. Leave the dude alone. Like the stress that kid must have been, a kid, he's like my age. He must have been under during the last Spider-Man picture. And he only just managed to hide it. Even after they leaked footage of him, he was like, nah, it's all deep fakes. The dude's such a good actor. He fooled everybody. Just leave him alone. Let him do his other pictures. And if he ends up being Spider-Man again, bully. But yeah, don't worry about it too much. Would you like to see him in Secret Wars?
Not Secret Wars, but I would like to see him as the Peter Parker to Miles in a live action universe. Well, you gotta scream right here, no? You gotta scream right fucking here.
He doesn't know we're podcasting. It's fine. Sorry, you'd like to see him not in Secret Wars?
I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck's happening. I don't want to, because they're gonna kill all my fucking X-Men in Doomsday. So
every time I bring it up, that's where we come back to, you poor bugger. Well, that's all right. Apparently, Spider-Man's not going to feature heavily anyway. Tom Holland's Spider-Man will reportedly no longer appear in Avengers Doomsday, but will have a bigger role in Secret Wars. That's according to Daniel RPK, who I don't know if that's even a real person.
That it is.
Do you think that's because he nearly cracked his skull open? Jesus.
Well, okay. What
Or whatever
happened was he had a concussion, and then everybody remembered he cracked his skull. His dad had to come out and say he didn't crack his skull. He was in the hospital for observation for a day because he had a concussion. Nothing happened.
Do you know what's up with that? Is fucking the poor kid, and he is a kid in this instance. Is his celebrity is out of control. Like it's just, and it's almost because he fights against it. You know what I mean? Like the rolling tide of what celebrity does to you is trying to happen to him, and he's fighting it so hard. I mean, imagine being one of the most famous Marvel actors of all time, you know, as the Spider-Man that he is. And he would have had his, when they were like, do you want to do Spider-Man 4? He's like, this is a list of my demands and you will meet every single one of them. And I'm not saying that he's a tyrant or anything, but he could ask for anything he want. You know, I want to shit in Kevin Feige's mouth once a week for 6 weeks. And they'd be like, sure, go right ahead. And they would give it to him. But with that cachet comes the pressure of the job and the pressure of the eyes on you. And he's also in a relationship with another extremely famous person. I feel for him because he's a genuinely good actor. He seems to really care about the craft, and he also seems to be a genuinely good person, and people just won't leave him the fuck alone. Last one. This is horse shit. Jonathan Majors has teased his potential return as Kang in the MCU. In an interview with The Sun, which is a newspaper, my understanding, Jonathan Majors teased his potential return. I cannot say anything about it. It's a multiverse, so there's always that. That's him, like, the following day, he got a cease and desist from Marvel Studios, I guarantee. Like, stop fucking ixnay on the fucking crane gay, all right?
Why the fuck are we still interviewing him, though? Why is that still happening? Why the fuck are we still interviewing him, though? Like, why the fuck is that happening still?
I have no idea. I mean, he must have movies coming out. There's something coming out with dinosaurs and, you know, fucking guns or something. I'm not sure.
I got one more. It's a very niche one. Amazon Prime released the trailer for The Mighty Nine, which is the Critical Role series that's coming.
Sure.
He's releasing on the 19th of November.
Great.
But
we're not going to record that week, I guess, because you'll be busy.
It's going to be weekly, so that's fine.
Yeah.
So they wanted to do it on 9/9 because it sounds like Mighty Nine, but it's the word nine, like no in German.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's yeah.
That's cool.
I watched the trailer today because they had released like a sneak peek where like it's just like characters talking, which is great. But then they showed the fucking trailer today. Mark Strong is playing like the fucking overarching villain, which is insane. They got Mark Strong, and then like the cast list has fucking Lucy Liu and Alan Cumming in it, which is fucking insane. And
what's Alan Cumming doing in it?
I cannot wait, dude. I cannot wait to see what he does. Because they had David Tennant in like the first season of Vox Machina, and that was like the biggest, biggest white guy pull in Hollywood. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I'm so excited, and I got really happy watching that trailer because it felt like it genuinely felt like my family was back again. Because I know I say that for like mutants and shit, but like this is like they're inspired, like, but the Mighty Nine especially is inspired by the X-Men. Yeah, it's just like Vox Machina is heroes who happen to be a little dumb, and with the Mighty Nine are fucked up people who have shared traumas and shared pain, who end up doing something that the world will never know, and they're just like they've saved the world, but the world will never know what they've saved them from because it never happened. Like they didn't let it get that far, and to do that with like these characters who are so against each other and are like just like, oh man, I fucking love them. And it's like it's a jumping point, and like people who don't know Critical Role or like any of this stuff can jump in and watch it, and I cannot wait for new people to find this like incredible family. And they greenlit for season 2.
Can't get better than that. And speaking of family, or the family that you choose, how about going into the woods with a bunch of mates after one of your pals gets his head crushed in? Fucking hell. What a way to start your picture, hey? It's Ritual from 2017, directed by David Bruckner and written by Joe Barton, who's quite an archer, if any of the reports. Oh, no, that's Clint. Anyway, what a great movie. So it centers around 4 friends who go on a trip to Sweden to go hiking in the mountains after another friend of theirs dies in an act of violence, and they sort of go as a tribute to him. It was his idea. They were all going to go on a boys' trip, and that was his idea for it instead of going to Vegas or whatever. It stars Rafe Spall as Luke. Ashir Ali as Phil, Robert James Cooler as Hutch, and Sam Thornton as Dom. And that's pretty much the cast.
Fuck Dom.
Fuck Dom. Fuck Dom in his stupid knee. What a great film. It does really kick off. Like, it's just sort of, you have that act of violence against Robert, played by Paul Reed. And that's it. And then the next scene is basically the guilt-stricken Luke, Rafe Spall's character, who hid in the liquor store and didn't help his friend, and that the weight of that guilt like is heavy on him throughout the entire film. And you basically wake up and he's had a nightmare about it, and they're on the mountain. How did you find this movie? Like, what was it that drew you to it?
Okay, I honestly can't remember, but I had just recently watched The Vavitch, like rewatched The Vavitch. I'll always say it that way because that's how it's spelled on the poster. And I just wanted more like folk horror, and so I just searched up folk horror on Netflix, and this was like the first thing, and it sounded legit because like the name of the film was The Ritual, so I was like, let's check this out. I was not prepared for anything that was coming.
You can't be, because it's so many things. It has, in terms of the ritual, there's a lot of that going on. There's them going to that place and climbing that mountain and having the sort of send off for their friend, for Robert's character, where they build the little, stones and the artifacts and the candles, and they pour out the whiskey. Like, that's a ritual. But the ritual of them going on a boys' weekend is a ritual. But then there's also the ritualistic nature of the ruins on the trees, and the witchcraft that's going on there, or the whatever it is, whatever you call it. Then you actually have the beast. So the middle section of the film kind of plays like Predator in a way. So there's the ritual killing that goes on. Then there's the ritual sacrifice that goes on. Like, it's not one thing. Like, I was expecting witchcraft straight up when I saw the from the poster from the ruins, and it is not just that. It's a lot of other things too.
Yeah. It's not entirely witchcraft either. Like, it's like you said, it's so many things. I think like
it's okay. It's fine. Everybody understands that you're not in the same recording situation that you used to be, and India, by all reports, is a loud country. There's people singing in the background, folks, and if you can hear it, enjoy. Just dance. It's all good.
So like you said, it's a lot of things. But I think this film like really benefits from a rewatch as well, because the more you rewatch it, the more questions you have on the last 20 minutes. It's not even the last 20 minutes; it's like the last 15. Is like that. Like, as much as I love that part, I would just wanted it to be the whole film. But if that was the whole film, it wouldn't have been as impactful as it was if it was just that part at the end.
But it's like any good horror movie or horror novel. You invest in these dudes, like you learn who they are and the dynamics between them, and what role they play within the friendships, and what Robert meant to them individually, and then how they feel about Luke's character and the situation and all that. And then in particular, it becomes like when it all starts to get a bit weird. Like, so basically they've got to get to a certain point. Dom hurts his knee and they have to get to the lodge, which is, you know, quite a ways away. So instead of going over the mountains like they were going to, they tried to do a shortcut through the forest, which never works out, everybody. There is
number one dumbest decision of all time.
Yeah, I mean, but that's always thinking, let's take a shortcut. Murders. Like, it never goes well for anybody, you know? Like, anytime someone says, do you want to take a shortcut? I'm like, no, I'm not in that kind of a hurry. I live my life without urgency, so let's just take it nice and slow and get there when we get there. But when they do finally get to the cabin, and, you know, this is probably about halfway through the picture, and there's some unusual things have happened, but nothing like this. They get to the cabin and they all have individual nightmares about, you only see Luke's, but everybody ends up in a different situation.
Do we only see Luke's?
For this instance, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because he
keeps reliving. Yeah, he keeps reliving the incident in the liquor store. And the thing that I love about that is all they've done is half construct that liquor store in the woods. And it's obviously, it's mystical runoff from this beast, you know, from which ends up being like a godlike creature. And it's a way to psychologically break down his prey, is my understanding. And it's so cool. So, you know, Luke's character looks outside of his tent, and in amongst the trees is the liquor store and those people. Really well done, practical sort of stuff. But when he does wake up from his nightmare, which is that, and he wakes up outside and he's got like a wound in his chest from something, and he hears the scream, and he goes inside and you know, all of his friends feels upstairs naked, worshipping a weird effigy of this beast that we find out about later that they all discovered. Hutch has pissed himself. He's just had some sort of a nightmare, and Dom is screaming his wife's name. And from then on, it is fucking hell for leather. Like, and you're not prepared for anything that's about to happen.
Because they explain at the end that the demon, is it a demon or a beast? They call it a beast.
Well, when they get to the end and they sort of find that cult, the demon worshipping cult, they call it a god, and that's what they sacrifice to.
Oh yeah, bastard son of Loki.
Kind of, yeah, absolutely. And it's such
they say that in the fucking film. It was like bastard offspring of Loki. Which makes sense.
It is.
If you look at the fucking design.
It's such an interesting, cause you really don't see it. It's you know, perfectly teased like Jaws. You only see sort of, you know, the movement of trees or antlers or whatever. And then when you finally do see it, it has human hands on its head, and it has human eyes and a face, and then the antlers go up, and then it's kind of, it looks like half of a deer or a stag, and then something else as well. Like, it's not all mammal. It's a really, really interesting design.
Yeah. And I love that you don't get to see much of it. I love the majority of it is either silhouettes or you see like they're like you have the shot of them walking and it's like this small, and then like back in like fucking a few miles away you just see trees moving and you don't know what the fuck it is. It's because yeah, and they do that like a lot. Like they have like these establishing shots of them walking and then like suddenly something happens. But they're always teasing it. And it's not until like Luke goes to like the horizon and then sees like a bunch of dead trees again. But then he sees the hand that like crawls behind the tree.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh.
It's real particular. And you've got to be watching carefully to catch it.
Yeah. It's like, and especially because like when they explain it, it's like the creature feeds on your pain. So of course, like the people in the cults are like, you know, are fucking dying. But then we realize they don't really die; they just deter into fucking skeletons.
Yeah, and they kind of get their essences leached out of them and become these kind of like almost mummified people. That's one of my favorite parts is when you know, at the end and Dom's like, he knows he's going to die. He's been chosen to be the sacrifice, and he says, you fucking burn this place down and you tell my wife I tried to get back to her. Like, Oh, man. That broke me, especially considering how much of a prick Dom is through all of it. You know, and his knee only gets worse because of the shortcut. Like, they probably would have been fine had they gone the other way. And it's clearly influenced from the demon as well, that the wound is getting worse as time goes on. The practical nature of it, the on location shooting, the dedication to having it be all about feel up until a point. So you were saying before, you know, you don't see the creature much, and that's great. The most frightening part to me, and the part that really did shake me and I felt a little bit off-put. So after I watched this, I had to watch Jackie Chan's Rumble in the Bronx, which is basically a cartoon, to kind of come down from it, is when Phil gets taken. When Phil gets taken. No, hang on. No, it's Hutch. Hutch gets taken, and they don't find him till a bit later, and they find him hanging in the trees like they did the bear. But it's you hear him screaming, and Dom's like, oh my God, like the reactions are so real. Like, it's just, you like, imagine that for a second. You know, even if the person isn't that good a friend of you, to hear that in the distance is chilling. It's more chilling than seeing someone being ripped apart or whatever. So it does the things that horror does well.
Yeah. I love that you brought that scene up, because one of my favorite things is that that scene in particular puts both Dom and Luke in a situation where Luke has been before, because they're hiding while their friend is dying. And now you see how Dom would have reacted. And it's not that different. And this whole, like, because I can understand where he's coming from, but fuck Dom for that. Because not only do you not say that to the person who survived that, you know, you have no right to bring that up ever. That happened, and it was out of your control.
And also, you have no right to judge the way that a person reacts to something like that. You know, okay, so he didn't. I don't know what would happen if I was tested either. I would like to think that if I was in a bottle, you know, we call them bottle shops here, but you know, an off license or a liquor store with a friend of mine, and you know, someone I care about, you know, even with my best friend, and someone was robbing the place and they had a knife or a gun or a bat, I'd like to think that I would stand with my friend and you know, protect them if I could. But I don't know. You know, I might fucking jump through the ceiling. I might turn into mush. I might shit my own pants. I might take off his pants, put them on me, shit his pants, and then give his pants back to him, which is a real niche kink thing that some people might be into. So I'm going to shit in someone else's pants. It's it, yeah, it's there. Hey man, what's the rule? Rule 33 or something? Like, if you can think of it pornographically, it's on the internet.
Is rule
30? Look up anal barnacle, you know.
God damn it.
Yeah, you never know what happens until you test it. So to judge someone for that is you know, Dom does that, and it's that you kind of, you forgive Luke almost immediately, because you never really know.
Yeah. It's also like, because Luke is chosen, he's the one that the sacrifices are for. Like, his friends are now being sacrificed for him. It's also, it's his ability to, like, get out of, like, it's his ability to get out of the cycle of or like this loop of grief and guilt and blaming oneself, that he's able to take down the entire fucking cult, because they never thought that somebody would be able to break out of the grieving cycle.
It's great. Like, he does, you know, his friends there, you think he's going to save Dom, and he really, spoilers for all this, obviously, but if you're listening to this, you've seen the picture. He thinks he's going to save Dom, or you think he's going to save Dom, rather, and he dislocates his thumb to get out of the binding that the cult have put him in. And he doesn't. You know, Dom gets taken and fucking spiked onto one of the trees like the rest of these weird sort of scarecrowy things. And he comes out, and the first thing he does is punch that witch woman in the face. She's like, fucking bam! Fucking fuck the day. Like, it's just, It was amazing. And then he ends up getting a pistol. Well, it's not a pistol, it's a rifle, and blowing that dude away, and even takes a pot shot at the demon, which is amazing. And then that's when you see the demon up close, and it's holding him with human hands. But anytime you do that, it's like Annihilation, the science fiction film by the guy who made 28 Days Later, or wrote it rather, whose name escapes me.
Alex Garland?
Yes, yeah. He made a film. It was a Netflix film too, I think, with Natalie Portman and stuff. It's sort of about.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go
ahead. No, what were you gonna ask?
I was just gonna say it's weird that Netflix doesn't have it anymore for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that. I think I heard him talk about it on a podcast, something about the rights, but it's escaped me now. That film where it's the bear has a human scream. Anytime you fucking cross-pollinate human behavior or traits with a beast or an animal creature, get fucked. It always freaks me out.
Yeah, and the creature design is so incredible because it's part like centaur, like the back half, and then like its torso is more like weird and demonic with like long arms, but then it's a human torso that goes like above the head, but there's no head because the head is covered between like the upper, like the body that's like the human body that's above and the demonic body that's below, and its hands, because like the human hands are what's like above. That's how it like does the like joins the hand, because like the ritual is also like when the demon like is trying to take like the guilt, or like feed on the guilt of Luke at the end, where he's like, submit to me. It does the ritual, and you see it like kind of open up, and like that's the ritual of the demon getting the guilt, because that's what it feeds on, and that's when he gets out. He's like, fuck you. You take my guilt and I'll be free. Yeah,
that's absolutely. There is a lot of, it is about healing and you know, a righteous passage through Sisyphusian circumstances as well, and, you know, battling your own demons as well as the actual physical representations of demons. And it's not an accident that this thing has the traits of man, that there are masculine traits in it, and that it is, you know, anthropomorphic, like it is of the vision of man, you know, of a visage of man. This could be a B movie really quickly if you show the monster too much. You know, if there was boobs in it, it's always if there's boobs in it. You know, like there's so many tropes that it could have leaned into, and it could also not be as smart as it is. The script is really clever, and the performances are all, everybody's there for the same reason. Like horror, like we were talking about last week, you know, is a genre that has far more low quality inside of it than high quality. That's like when stuff like this is really good, it rises to the top. You know, even some of my favorite horror movies like Frighteners that we're doing next week is comedic and schlock and, you know, that kind of thing. And there's some interesting stuff going on, but it doesn't take itself seriously. This does, but to its benefit, it's not like it's taking itself too seriously. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like there's no like comic relief because it's not that kind of story, but it's always got you by the shackles, because that's weird. What the fuck did I say that?
No, I'm following you. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's always like you're always hooked, because of like the mystery and the intrigue, and like at the end you feel like they're like the lights in like the forest are leading towards the lodge, and it ends up being the fucking cult, and it's like, oh no, this is not getting better at all. Yeah.
That's out of the fry pan, you know, kind of situation. I didn't see that coming. I was like, they're going to fight this beast. It's Predator style, you know, beast, and they're just dudes, and it's going to end up being just one of them, but all of them are going to get killed. You know, it was sort of like a Blair Witch situation. I didn't see the cult coming at all, because it really is just that last little section. But there's some funny parts to it. It's mostly just the way that they talk to each other. Like where Dom trips over and hurts his knee. He's like, we should have gone to Vegas or whatever. And he's like, you would have found something to trip over in Vegas. And he goes, yeah, a big pair of tits. I like that. It was a good joke. It's the cult part of it. Sorry, just to go back on a thought, was, and he didn't need to set it up or anything. Like there was a slight explanation there of that sort of, the woman who's like kind of just give in to Luke basically, and this is what this thing is. But there's no. Yeah. You don't know where it come from. Is it a demon? Is it some sort of strange creature that's a holdover from an ancient time, like a Bigfoot or a fucking whatever, the panther that lives in the hills, the ancient panther, whatever. You don't get any of that, and that's the kind of horror I really dig. There was almost the problem I had with Weapons, is that it just kind of explained too much. I like the ambiguity of horror. Like no one explains why The Shining happens to people. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's the power of it. Yeah. Because I recommend this. This was my first recommendation for the film club. And there was the guy who recommended fucking Seven, who said, I really wanted to know what like all the cult was about, but I didn't get any of it. So I give it a 6 out of 10. I was like, but that's the fucking point, though. That's the point. The point that you're making is the point, that you don't know where it comes from, and I love that there is no explanation. Like there's explanation to like what they understand, what it is, but there's no explanation at all for like the creature, and I love that because part of horror is like supernatural stuff. And the more you try to explain it, the more boring it becomes.
Yeah, as soon as you start peeling the layers back, and it becomes less frightening. And they don't get it either. The four guys, they don't go like, what is it? Where does it come from? Is it an animal? They're just like, this thing is hunting us, and it's also affecting our mental state. Let's get the fuck out of here as quick as humanly possible. Phil's character is interesting because he devolves after that waking up, naked, worshipping that thing. And he's just like, I can't not get it out of my head. It's completely, and then he ends up, in a ball on the floor. Like he's just that he's this, you don't go into it, but his pain is, I don't think if he had to come out, he would have survived anyway. I think that's the kind of thing where his life would have been altered to an extent where he would never be able to find his way back, just through that psychological torture. It's I love that the ambiguity of it, like I said, and that it just lets the things be. And also, the end where Luke does kind of conquer the beast, both, it's a fantastic scene where he's running through and you see the lights overhead that were in the liquor store, and he's running past the shelves, and he is escaping this beast and along with his guilt, and he walks out of that forest, and that's it. He walks towards camera and cut to black, and it's just like, fuck. No, like, what happened? Where's my husband? None of that shit. It's just like, no, that is the story, and you figure it the fuck out.
Yeah, man. It's so great. I really want people to watch this because this is the definition of you don't know what's coming. And like every single turn is such a surprise that you're like, oh fuck, man.
Yeah, and it escalates so well. Like it doesn't. It's funny. It's a really slow start, and then all of a sudden the hill gets very steep very quickly, and it just ramps up like a motherfucker. It's from what you think is witchcraft, and then it's actually psychological torture, and then there's a beast there, and then the beast kills people, and then there's this, and then you get to the last thing, and then bang, it's a cult, and then walk out of the thing, it's like and by the end of it, I felt my body untense when the credits started because it had ratcheted me up so much just with its hectic second and third act pace.
Yeah. I have a question for you though. In that situation, at what moment do you go, nope, I'm out, and walk back?
Probably when I hurt my knee. Like, oh, my knee. I need to go home. I want some peanut butter. Where are my cats? Like, it's just, no way. There's Steve Sadak from the We Hate Movies podcast. I talk about those guys a lot, but I listen to them a lot as well. It's actually another really good podcast I'm listening to lately called Off Panel with a guy named David Harper, and not the actor. It might be David Harper, actually. It is, yeah, David Harper. And he just interviews comic book writers and artists. It's really, really good if you like comic books and if you're into the craft of creating them. But anyway, I talk about We Hate Movies all the time. Steve Sadak, they always make fun of him. He's like, at what point in the horror movie do you check out? And he's like where he just says no and just jumps off of a cliff, whatever it is. And it's normally within the first few minutes. Oh, what? Sorry, that there's a vampire? I'm out. And that's the end of it. I'm not super brave when it comes to the supernatural,
I think I'd walk out when I see the bear.
Yes. It's like the blood is fresh, whatever it's killed is still around. Then fuck off. Like, why would you? Why would you stick around? That makes no sense whatsoever.
Oh shit. Do you know the wallet that they find, right? In the forest?
Yeah, when they find the buried tent and it's from a family from like 1986 or something.
Yeah. There's a little girl in that photo that they see. Holy shit.
It's getting into the Halloween spirit. Oh.
Yeah. There's a picture that they find in it is a small girl. It's right outside too, man. What the fuck?
It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's just a dog.
And that
I mean, don't worry about the sound. I'm not saying like you're afraid of it. I'm just like people don't give a shit.
Yeah. And the little girl is like the old woman in the fucking cult.
What? Who said that?
Yeah, I read it somewhere that it's like, because it is connected. Because like the people who were in the van are also part of that cult. And like the skeletons and everything above, like on the top floor, are like the first descendants. Like,
yeah, wow.
They were the first people, and they're all still alive. They're just decaying. Like there's still life in them for the demon to feed on. But that's it.
Yeah.
That's why
they all look like the dude who's been tied to the bed in Seven.
Shut up, man! I tried so hard to forget about that. God damn it!
Ooh, it's not my fault. It's just that's what happens.
Jesus. We all talked about how fucking fucked up that was. That was the moment where we were like, oh no, this is uncomfortable, because
it's where the guy gets close to it and it's just
because it isn't that the guy is dead. It's that in the condition that the guy is in, he's still alive. And then you cut to the doctor saying, if we even try to nourish him, his body's gonna reject it because he hasn't had anything. He's gonna die instantly.
Yeah. There's nothing that we can do. It's absolutely brutal. We're talking about Seven a lot. Do go back and listen to our 7, 8, 9 episode, because it is quite good. But yeah, that's crazy that I didn't understand. I think it's definitely going to need a rewatch. Absolutely. Do check it out, everyone. The Ritual is on Netflix right this very now. And it's well worth your time this spooky season. The director's also done some other interesting stuff. It was part of the VHS series, did the first one back in 2012 and also did a sequel to it called VHS 1985 in 2023. Directed the remake of Hellraiser in 2022 and also is currently working on in pre-production on a remake of the 1958 horror film The Blob, which is pretty cool. So why not get on the bandwagon with this kid? Do you know that what's his name, Kreger, who directed Weapons? His next movie is a Resident Evil movie.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
And then after that, he's doing a prequel with the witch in Weapons.
Yeah, I would rather see what else he's got in his originals bag before he starts making sequels and prequels and doing big franchise shit. But it seems to be the case. It's like you do 2 good films and they're like, here, quick, direct a Marvel movie or whatever. You know, it's like, the original movies this year have been so great, whether it's Weapons or One Battle After Another, or All of You, Smash Machine. The ones we've been talking about, you know, the original pieces of work have been the ones that have I've been jiving with the most. I'd rather see that than another Resident Evil movie.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how the sausage is made. So
that's right. And we do love sausage here on the Film Addicts podcast. Speaking of sausage, sorry, we're running out of time here a little bit. Do we have any questions?
We don't. Do you want to just quickly do like favorite scene or favorite line?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's just do favorite sort of parts. Yeah. I mean, clearly my favorite line is, you should have gone to Vegas. You know, you were falling over something there too. Yeah, a pair of tits or a bunch of tits or something. But yeah, let's do favorite moments.
Yeah. I'm not going to rank any. I'm just going to say mine. But like the moment that Dom knows that he's going to die is because he's had the vision of his wife walking into the forest towards him. And that's the vision that he has in the cabin. And that's how he knows that he's not making out of this. That's absolutely terrifying. Yeah, and the fact that like the demon takes the form of the wife.
Is that someone singing?
They're street vendors.
Oh.
Yeah.
Come and get your things or whatever it is.
That's exactly. I
was doing my dad then. No, that's who I was being. Sorry. What are they selling? What are they saying?
This is just like old. Fuck man, I don't know how to call it in English. It's like old like books and like things that you don't need, so you just sell them.
Oh, bric-a-brac.
That's the first time I'm hearing that.
Yeah, that'd be the British way to tell you. Come on down and get your bric-a-brac, and it's just your second-hand goods.
Oh no, these are not second-hand goods. This is just like things that you got. Things. It's like books and like not books, but like newspapers and shit that like you don't really use, but you can't like throw them, right?
Mm.
So yeah,
it's so funny. It's like a street, just like a street vendor. That's cool. So sorry, that was the part you were talking about, and then he joined in.
Yeah. And
this week at the Film Addicts podcast, I'm Reeves. I'm Addie. Yep, get the fucking things. And that guy.
Yeah, and also like the fact that like the demon takes the form of Dom's wife. It's also like it's like very, I don't know if it's biblical, but like in like tons of mythology, or like the ones that I've read of, the demon or like the Satan adjacent character, they always present themselves as what you think is attractive or what you think is beautiful.
100%. Yeah, it's the adversary is the sort of representation of evil, not necessarily a demon, but or the devil, but the adversarial always presents itself as something that you want.
Well, fuck it. My number 2 is like everything that happens in the cabin, because you go into the cabin, it's like, oh, fun night. It's gonna be okay when we wake up. Nope. Not only is it not gonna be okay, the route that you took towards the cabin is not only gone, there were dead trees, and now there's a path that leads right towards your cabin.
Yeah.
Something came, man. Something fucking came.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
And like I guess my last one is just it's the primal fucking scream at the end that Luke does towards the monster.
God damn it, you beat me. That's my favorite bit.
I'm so sorry.
No, I love it. Like that's the primal scream is so cleansing. Like that's his whole life, just exiting his body, and then when he walks out, he is free of the weight of all of that. It's such a powerful thing. It's made silly in Tarzan movies and stuff like that, but it's to scream into the void can be very cathartic. So yeah, that's my favorite moment as well. And that guy's. I hope people can hear him, otherwise it's going to sound weird. So that definitely. I love the moment where you first realize that the beast has human arms, and you see the human arm behind the tree. That's fucked up, and the silhouette of the beast against the fire when he takes a pot shot at it just shook me. Like it's like the end of The Mist with which was the Frank Darabont film, was a adaptation of a Stephen King novel, where this mist sort of descends on this town, and it's filled with all of these horrific creatures. just spectacular. And it's about all these people sort of holed up in a supermarket, trying to figure out how to escape these horrible beasts. It's really good. If you haven't seen it, get a chance. If you have a chance to watch it, watch it. It's got Thomas Jane in it and a bunch of other Frank Darabont alum. It's really great. It reminded me of that when you see the creatures in that. You're like, oh, shit. Like it just, it really shook me. So it's The Ritual, everybody. Like I said before, it's on Netflix. Do check it out from 2017. Thank you so much for joining us again on the Film Addicts podcast. We love you. We cherish you. You're beautiful, every single one of you. Keep enjoying your spooky times. We'll be back here next week with Peter Jackson's fantastic The Frighteners. But in the meantime, Addie, you are in a very loud country. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, man.
But luckily, you elevate the whole thing. You bring the sunshine in and bless you,
Oh, thank you. Love you so much, man. I love your beautiful hair, and I love that you don't mind me calling you Mr. Ernest Banana.
No, that's my nickname now.
I love you so much, man.
Love you too, buddy.
I love you more than the creature loves the first patrons of his cult.
I'll take that. Weird demonic thing to kind of put into this friendship, but whatever, I'll take it in every form that it comes in. Thanks again, everybody. And remember, fuck hate.
Love wins.